I worry that our party has been hijacked by far left elites whose sensibilities and priorities are out of touch with those of working class people on the ground.
Shortly after Donald Trump won the presidential election this year, Democratic Congressman Ritchie Torres of New York called out what he sees is problematic with his own party, and not just on a national scale, but in the state he represents, New York. And Congressman Torres joins us now. Congressman, thanks for being here. So today on X or Twitter, you said this about your own Democratic governor, Kathy Hochul. Quote, Kathy Hochul is the new Joe Biden. She may be in denial about the depth of her vulnerabilities as a Democratic nominee, unquote. I don't think you'd make a comment like that if you weren't going to challenge her in the gubernatorial primary.
Well, I've made no final decision, but I'm certainly open to running for governor. But there's a value in speaking the truth. There was no state that saw a greater swing toward Donald Trump than New York, which is an indictment of failed governance under the leadership of Kathy Hochul. Donald Trump won 40% of the vote in New York. Right? 4 in 10 New Yorkers voted for Donald Trump out of frustration with failed governance in New York City. And I hear it. People feel that their quality of life, their public safety, and their affordability is declining. You know, New York is hemorrhaging population over the course of the next 25 years. We're projected to lose 2 million people. And with population loss could come the loss of political power, the loss of representatives in Congress, electors in the Electoral College. And so I think if you do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result, that's the definition of insanity. So a powerful case could be made that we need a new generation of leadership.
So one example, you just talked about public safety, obviously an issue of real concern. New York Mayor Eric Adams said the 3 random, unprovoked, deadly stabbings that happened across Manhattan on Monday show how the criminal justice and mental health systems fail New Yorkers, which is true, but also like, dude, you're in charge of New York. Earlier this week, New York City Councilman Eric Botcher told me that his constituents are fed up. Take a listen.
And they're tired of hearing about how broken the system is. They're tired of hearing about how complicated this is. They know it's broken. They know it's complicated. They want it fixed.
So, for instance, not that you have announced that you're running for governor, but what should Kathy Hochul be doing to fix this problem?
Look, we have to recognize that there are people whose mental illness is so severe that it requires inpatient care. Like, we've swung the pendulum too far in the direction of deinstitutionalization. You know, the largest provider of mental health care to those with severe mental illness is Rikers Island, which is a profound indictment of our society. And so we need to create facilities that provide inpatient care to people who do pose not only a risk to themselves, but to the broader public.
What other complaints are you hearing from your constituents that you think speak to the broader problems that congressional Democrats are facing?
Look, the decline of the public transit system. The MTA, the public transit system, is the lifeblood of both of our city and our state. Under Governor Hochul's leadership, we've seen the loss of billions of dollars from fare evasion. Right? In 2022, the MTA lost $700 million from fare evasion, $700 million in 2023, and it's going to be another $700 million in 2024. And I ask, why do we accept this?
But what
why
do you
we
do?
accept that?
You can't have cops at every subway
We
stop.
certainly could have enhanced enforcement, but we're not even, you know, the scandal is not that we're failing to enforce the law. The scandal is that we're not even trying. Or think about the mishandling of congestion pricing, right? The governor arbitrarily and abruptly decided to delay congestion pricing and then reverses herself after the election. And this reflects the kind of erratic and chaotic governance that one would expect from Donald Trump. And it undermines public confidence in New York State government.
All right, Congressman Ritchie Torres of New York, the South Bronx. Good to have you here. Come
Absolutely.
back soon. I think this is your first time here.
First time in person.
First time in person. Yeah, that's what I meant. Thank you so much. Good to see you, sir. Have a great Thanksgiving.